Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sports Blitz here, and we're back with our NFL Week 12 game predictions. Before I get into it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And let's go ahead and jump on into it. So, first, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns on Thursday Night Football. This is in Cleveland. The Steelers have been hot lately. I'm really not going to take a whole lot of time and go over that in depth. I'm taking the Steelers. Try to make these picks go by just a little bit quicker than they normally do. Taking the Texans over the Titans. I think they're the much better team. Texans are at home. They have Nico Collins back. Joe Mixon's been balling out. I don't think that the Titans offense is going to be able to do enough to, well, outscore the Texans here. So then we have the Patriots at the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Dolphins here, although I could see this kind of turning into a bit of a trap game. I think if the Patriots run the ball well, play solid defense, and really Drake May just making the throws he needs to make, Patriots could win this. But overall, the Dolphins have found ways to win these last couple weeks, and I think that's going to kind of be the same story this week, too. So, then we have the Denver Broncos at the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Broncos here. I think they are a much better team. I think the Raiders are honestly going to be in contention for the number one pick. I think they're going to be contenders for, the Shador Sanders, Cam Ward sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't really see the Raiders winning many more games this year. Then on Monday Night Football, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the LA Chargers. And I'm going to say the LA Chargers have been hot lately. They really, ever since that Cardinals game, they've just kept winning. They looked really good against the Bengals the other night, especially in the first half. Second half was a little bit, suspect for sure. But I do think the Chargers are a really good team. Justin Herbert has started looking a lot better. And really going up against a Ravens secondary that has not been very good this year. Kyle Hamilton is good, but I mean, as a whole, they're allowing a lot of passing yards and it's really not looking great there. And I think Justin Herbert is going to be able to find his way through the air quite a bit. I expect a relatively high scoring game here. I'm going to take the Chargers. If it was in Baltimore, with it also being prime time, I would probably end up taking the Ravens there. But since it's in LA, I'll give them a little bit of the swing there and say the Chargers win. Then we have the Lions at the Colts. Just bad matchup for the Colts altogether. Not even going to take a lot of time on that. Going to take the Lions right away. This next one. A lot of you are going to be calling me stupid for this. And to be fair, a lot of those comments are warranted. But I have this really funny feeling about this game that the Panthers are going to be able to pull it off. They have been playing hungry lately. They've been. The offense has started to look a lot better. Bryce Young has his confidence back. The O line is looking really good. Chuba Hubbard is looking really, really good coming off a career game. Jonathan Brooks is going to be making his debut. Adam Thielen's coming back off IR. Lat or 2 weeks ago when they played the Giants, they got DJ Wanham back, and the pass rush actually looked a lot better with him in it. And so overall, like the Panthers are getting healthy. They're hungry for wins. I think this is going to be a Chiefs team that really, like, they're going to be coming in here expecting a quick, easy game where they just roll the Panthers over, and, get an easy win. I don't think that's going to be the case. This isn't something I would bet on, okay? So, I'm not necessarily super confident the Panthers will win, but I have this sneaky feeling, okay? And I was right about them winning their last two games. So I'm going to keep it there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs won, though, obviously. Then we have the Vikings at the Bears. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Vikings here. Bears are Bears are really in a tough spot. They did play the Packers well, though I will say for that situation, Jordan Love really hasn't looked all that great this season. I don't know if it's an issue with like the injury he had early on. I don't know if it's a play calling issue. I don't know if he's just struggling in general, but yeah, Jordan Love hasn't looked great. So the Bears almost got a win against them. But as a whole, I just think the Vikings are the better team overall. I think they're better coached. I think they have the better O line. The currently, not necessarily long term, but currently the better quarterback. So, just overall, I like the Vikings in this matchup. Then we have the Bucks taking on the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. The Giants ended up benching Daniel Jones after a pretty embarrassing performance against the Panthers. I mean, there's really not much more to it there. He looked real bad against the Panthers. I think it's pretty obvious the Giants are going to be looking to replace him this offseason. Probably with, again, your Shador Sanders, Cam Ward, that sort of thing. For the Bucks, Mike Evans is supposed to be coming back this week as well. So Baker will have that extra, you know, good quality weapon there too. So I just like the Bucks a lot more in this matchup. Then we got the Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Commanders. Again, I think the Commanders are much better team too. I think there's a lot of games this week that are pretty easy predictions, and I get it. Upsets happen. They do. I called the upset on Chiefs Panthers right there. And I don't know the betting favorite for the Ravens Chargers, to be honest, but I would have actually thought it would be the Ravens, and I'm predicting the Chargers, so there's that. But there are a lot of games this week that just feel like pretty easy predictions, and this is one of them right here. I think the Commanders are just a lot better team than the Cowboys. The Cowboys really have no running game. Their O line isn't looking good. Cooper Rush isn't good. Their defense isn't looking good. The whole organization is in shambles right now, to be honest. I'm taking the Commanders here all the way. Then we have the Cardinals at the Seahawks. This should actually be one of the better games this week. I'm actually excited to follow this one and see how it goes. I'm actually going to be taking the Cardinals here. I know the Seahawks are at home, and they're a pretty solid team. I know they just beat the 49ers, but the Cardinals are a tough team. They're on a 4-game win streak. They're coming off a bye, so an extra week of preparation, got to, heal up a little bit. I think the Cardinals are going to come in ready, and it's going to be a close game, okay? It's not going to be any sort of blowout or anything, but I like the Cardinals in this matchup. I think they're currently the better team. So next we've got the San Francisco 49ers against the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams, I would say, have kind of been underperforming this year. Really, on the Packers side, it's really more so Jordan Love has been underperforming. But when the quarterback underperforms, it kind of looks like it kind of makes the team look not as good as well. I know on the Packers side, there's been a lot of drops as well. Like I know Romeo Dobbs has dropped a few key passes. Jaden Reed is a little bit inconsistent there as well. Christian Watson, it kind of seems like only gets open deep. He doesn't seem like he's really been a huge help in the short to intermediate game. But yeah, again, Jordan Love has been kind of underperforming. I will say, and I watched all of the 49ers Seahawks game this last week, and Brock Purdy did not look good. It was like any any time that his O line didn't give him 5 seconds to throw, or someone wasn't like wide open immediately, he was either taking a sack, trying to run, or just making an awful throw. Brock Purdy did not look good. They also couldn't really get Christian McCaffrey going until like late in the game when they kind of just kept feeding him at that point. I think for this type of game, they're going to want to be getting him going early on, really establish the run a lot better, because to be honest, they've really been struggling with that these last few weeks. Even the last few weeks with Jordan Mason before McCaffrey came back too, it seems like their run blocking was kind of struggling, and they couldn't really get things going. So the Niners are going to need to do that in order to beat the Packers here. I do think the Niners do that though. George Kittle is returning, and he is a major part of that offense. It seems like that offense looks much, much better when Kittle is on the field, whether it's for blocking or, you know, pass catching. I think he makes Brock Purdy look a lot better too. So, because he's back, I'm going to take the 49ers here. But again, both teams have been kind of underwhelming lately. So, then last we've got the Eagles against the Rams. I think this is going to be one of those games that Saquon Barkley's just going to take over again. I expect close to 30 touches for Saquon in this game. You know, I'm expecting like 20 to 24 carries for him, as well as another like 5 or 6 catches. I think he's just going to take over this game, and honestly, I think the Rams are probably going to have to play a little bit of keep up in this game, targeting Puka and Kupp quite a bit. But overall, I like the Eagles in this matchup. They've been red hot lately. I think if you take out the Lions, the Eagles are kind of the team in the NFC to beat. I think the Lions and Eagles are the very clear two best NFC teams right now. So, taking the Eagles here. Let me know what you think of these predictions in the comments section below. Again, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.